that game against San Antonio. It's going to be a very tough one for them. They'll need to be playing at their peak if they're going to steal the win.
Looking at the starting five for the Boston Celtics. Their backcourt, Pritchard and White. Then it's Jaylen Brown. And it's Walsh in at the four-man position. And for Minnesota, Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. Randall and Gobert are in the middle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Well, Stan, I know you love the numbers. What they're telling us tonight, these teams can shoot it.
Yeah, it's two of the best in the league from beyond the arc. They've got great spacing, and I like that they're always looking for a better shot on the perimeter.
Here's Walsh. Back to Brown. 5 to shoot. Over McDaniels. And the basket by Brown.
One of the best scorers in the NBA. Brown can beat you in different ways, and he's got outstanding size on the wing.
Now here's Edwards. DiVincenzo, pass to Randall. Out to DiVincenzo. Off target from outside. Boston on offense. To the middle. Here's Kata. And he buries his first look.
Yeah, attack mode from the start. Exactly what you want coming into this game.
Well, getting a good offensive player a high percentage look, there's nothing better than that.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Don't even try to defend that. What a move, Julius Randle.
Thanks to AT&T for that fantastic look from their connected cam. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. Now White, in his last outing, 16 points for him. McDaniels against Brown. Doesn't go for him.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Outside Edwards. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Pritchard finds White. Here's Brown. Six to shoot. Oh, sweet move. Well, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. And since we have a second here, let's see which teams have dominated the offensive glass and second chance opportunities this season. Fourth, Boston.
They're having success because they're sending multiple guys to the offensive glass. Hard to block out everyone.
And prior to last season, the Timberwolves had never won a playoff series in consecutive seasons, Stan.
Yeah, and so now they make the conference finals 2 seasons in a row. The most sustained success this franchise has ever known.
Now here's Randall. A real weapon on offense, averaging around 24 and a half a game. Here's DiVincenzo, and it's all tied up.
Late in that shot clock, DiVincenzo converts. Those feel like bonus points.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Brown against McDaniels. Back to Brown. From deep. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Brown's gone 1 for 3 from the field here. McDaniels passes to Gobert. And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, when Gobert gets deep positioning like that, sometimes you're better off just sending him to the line.
Stan, Rudy Gobert, he can be a double-double machine, but his real importance is on the defensive end.
Yeah, he's been named Defensive Player of the Year 4 times, which is tied for the most in NBA history, BA, and he's been the anchor of multiple top-ranked defenses throughout his career.
And now they lead as the free throw drops in for him. And Grant, the Achilles tear for Jason Tatum, derailing the Celtics' attempt to defend their 2024 title.
Yeah, so hard to overcome losing your best player. Thankfully, this team has the depth to remain competitive in his absence.
And he can't hit the second. And offensive rebounding, one of Rudy Gobert's specialties, Grant.
Yeah, in some games, over half his points come from second chance opportunities. You know, B.A., even when you block him out, he can reach right over you and get that board.
Now here's White. No made baskets yet to stop the drought. And he sinks the layup.
Well, for obvious reasons, this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in White running the pick and roll.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. Right away, we got to talking about Jaylen Brown, and he said he's going to make trouble for us, but with strong coverage and fast rotations, I think we'll do a good job limiting his production. Some confident words from coach on how they'll slow down Brown's output tonight. Ryan, back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
What a slam by Gobert. He's solid getting positioning inside and using it to his advantage.
Now here's Brown. He's a tough guy to check, averaging almost 28 points a game. Outside White. And the three off target. And so Randall will bring it up for Minnesota. They trail by one. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Phoenix.
Yeah, but even though they were off all night, there was still a silver lining for them. They showed their resourcefulness to keep it tight.
Yeah, those are the losses you can't worry too much about. You gave it everything you had, just time to move on.
Now here's Brown. A 35-point game for him in the win against Orlando. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two. Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
Free throw good. Brown. Stan, one thing about Jaylen Brown, he seems so composed out there.
Yeah, B.A., he's very calm. Doesn't waste energy. You love a player who's this focused and calculated.
He makes one or two that time. Well, Stan, it's still pretty early in the year, but when do those alarm bells start to go off in a coach's mind?
Well, those alarms seem to go off once a game, if you ask me. But looking at the bigger picture, coaches are watching for trends. You don't want to be a team that's going on losing streaks.
Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Outside White. To the inside. And he jams it home with authority.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. After the basket by Boston. Edwards with it. Now guarded by White. Edwards can't hit. The Celtics with the lead. Pass to Pritchard. Nice ball movement by Boston.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Back to Edwards. Randall outside. Outside McDaniels. The three. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. McDaniels got his second basket of the night.
And this is something McDaniels continues to work on. Good to see him cash in off the catch.
McDaniels against Brown. Randall pulls down the board.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrating.
Yep, that one's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Well, Randall doesn't back down from physical coverage. In fact, he welcomes the challenge.
Brown passes to Kata. And here's White. And there's the drive. It's blocked by Gobert.
As intimidating a defensive presence as there is, Gobert could write a book on rim protection.
Well, plenty of give and take so far.
There's 6 lead changes already. Both teams came to play.
Now here's DiVincenzo. 9 points in his last outing. The kick out to Edwards. From the arc. Kata pulls it in. Kata's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pritchard finds Brown. Pulls up. Add that to his line. Now 3 for 6.
Great call having Brown run pick and roll. He is so confident with the ball in his hands.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for Randall. Dillingham's checked in for Anthony Edwards. And Mike Conley is subbed in for DiVincenzo. Hauser, he's checked in for Boston. Anthony Simons comes in for White. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Dillingham. Outside Conley. Pritchard with a steal. Simons outside. Down low. Here's Kata. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, when Simons is making plays for others, this offense becomes even more dangerous.
Outside Reed. Pass to McDaniels. Outside Conley. Now Reed. Just 5 on the clock. The kick out to Conley to halt the run. Counted from distance.
Well, this is what Mike Conley provides for you. Elite efficiency at the arc.
Pritchard against Conley. Pritchard, the pass to Kata. Simons outside. Over Dillingham. Again, Boston.
From the mid-range, Simons' quickness is a big advantage.
Conley looking for an opening. Pass to Reed. Spins. Here's Dillingham. He's covered by Simons. Minnesota needs to get off a shot. Reed for 3. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Such a confident shooter. Reed was ready as soon as the ball got to him.
Hauser outside. Back to Pritchard. Pass to Brown. Here's Kata. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside Conley. Outside Reed. The 3 is up. That one's good. And it's Conley who picks up the assist. Reed's got 6.
Well, Reed has only become more confident as time has gone on at the arc. He will not hesitate.
Pass to Hauser. Here's Simons. 1:10 left in the first. 6 on the shot clock. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
I mean, he's just so electric. Simons putting on a show.
They've been behind for a few minutes now.
And I think that's about to change.
Reed, a screen on Pritchard. Outside Reed. Jacks up a 3. He buries it from 3. Reed's gotten his third basket of the night.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Brown passes to Pritchard. Here's Simons. Clark grabs the board.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option there.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Conley goes in. Reed for three. His first miss of the game. 3 of 4 from the field now. Simons with it. 23 points for him last game against Orlando. From 17. Good. He hits the jumper. He has 6. Wow, 8 lead changes in the first half. Unbelievable.
Yeah, both sides digging in for what looks like a war.
Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Boston out in front. They lead by 1. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Boston?
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
Well, I've also really loved watching them connect from the in-between area. I mean, they're finding ways to do damage consistently from there.
On the floor for Boston, they've got Xavier Tillman, Sam Hauser out there with Chris Boucher. Then there's Anthony Simons, and it's Shireman in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Simons. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
And Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. BA, they're tough. Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, "I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me." BA, back to you.
Fills it up with the best. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Simons outside. Tillman with a screen. The drive by Simons. Oh, wow!
Look out!
Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Well, Simons is an accomplished scorer. Very effective at absorbing contact and finishing on the drive.
Here's Dillingham. Still without a bucket. And it's Randall that time on the assist from Dillingham.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
And here's Simons. Give him 8. That three's off the mark. Randall against Simons with the 10-footer. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
When it comes to Randall, he's had doubters over the years, Stan, but his talent's undeniable.
Yeah, B.A., look, there's no questioning Randall's ability to score and rebound down low. And his post-passing gets overlooked sometimes, too.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Outside Conley. Pass to Randall. Shot clock at 6. Here's Juzang. Offline with a 3. Celtics trail by 3. It's Brown on the wing. Reed defending. And the basket by Tillman.
Well, after a bad start, he looks like a different player right now.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. When this one's in the books, they'll be off to Sacramento, taking on the Kings. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Thanks for that great view, courtesy of the AT&T Connected Cam. Anthony Edwards has checked in for Juzang. The Celtics have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. One team gains momentum, then the other storms back.
Hey, if this is any indication of how the game is going to go, we're in for a treat.
Now here's Randall. He's got 14. Reed for 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got his 3rd assist of the night.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Now here's White. Trailing by 2. Here's Tillman. Give him 8 points now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Simons against Conley. And it's Simons missing. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Outside Conley. And here's Edwards outside. Rebounded by the Celtics. Brown's got 5 rebounds in the game. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Terrific finish by White while dealing with the foul. His composure is impressive.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Rudy Gobert's checked in for the Timberwolves. Jaden McDaniels comes in for Clark. The Celtics also with a sub. Cadiz checked in for Tillman. And some tough salary decisions this summer for the Boston Celtics, coach.
Well, in one way, it's a good problem to have, possessing too much talent. But with this new CBA, it's harder to retain everybody like we saw with Celtics teams of old.
Now here's Randall. 20 points for him last game against the Suns in Phoenix. The kick out to Edwards. Puts up a 3. The rebound, Celtics. Kid has got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Simons. And here's Brown. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Fast break, Minnesota. The kick out to Conley. Now Gobert. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, Gobert is used to this in the paint. Given his height, it's difficult to contest him cleanly.
Everyone talks about Jaden McDaniels' defense, and for good reason, Stan.
Well, B.A., one way to get a lot of playing time is to be the best at something. McDaniels is a total lockdown defender on the wing. He can guard anybody.
That free throw no good. And you might think the toughest picks are set by the bruisers. But some say the shooters actually set the best screens. Why is that?
Well, the guy guarding a shooter doesn't want to leave their side. So when they screen you, you get no help.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in. And he's good on the second. And after that surprising Karl Anthony Towns trade, it took time for Minnesota to gel.
Yeah, last season some inconsistency, but they seem to find a groove down the stretch, capping it off with a deep run.
Now here's Simons. Give him 8. Outside White. Kick out to Brown. Boston again missing.
Impressive closeout on a skilled shooter. That is how you defend shots from downtown.
And Gobert with the stuff.
When Gobert is close like that, you know he's going to try and ram it through.
Outside White. Back to Simons. Inside. Kick out to Brown. Over McDaniels. Oh, rejected by McDaniels.
A swat from McDaniels. With a near 7-foot wingspan, he can cover a lot of ground. Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Pritchard's checked in for Simons. And a chance here to check out some stats for Peyton Pritchard.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Here's Keita. 12 points for him. To the wing, right side. White with a screen on DiVincenzo. Clock at 6. Inside. White gets it to go.
Well, he got off to a slow start, but now in the second, he seems to be finding his rhythm.
Outside. DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. With the 10-footer. And Minnesota again with a bucket.
Where doesn't Edwards score from? Even in the mid-range, he makes shots.
Outside White. Outside Brown. And there's the screen. Pass to Pritchard. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Pritchard, no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
To the paint. Wow, Rudy! Fancy!
Well, you know, Gobert doesn't usually show off much, but that was special.
Outside White. McDaniels against Brown. Here's Walsh. No points so far. Outside Pritchard. Drops in the 3.
Well, that's a breakdown defensively. Can't afford to give him those kind of looks.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Reed's checked in. With a brief pause, here are the most difficult teams to score against over the last 10 games. The Celtics, 3rd.
Well, their defense over the last 10 games has been exceptional. They're really getting after it and communicating well on that end of the floor.
Here's DiVincenzo. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Pass to Edwards. Outside Reed. Reed, a screen on Pritchard. Back to Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
And what a night for Reed. We see him do this once in a while. Once he gets rolling, it's hard to hold him back.
Now here's Brown. Give him 8. Back to Pritchard. Outside White. There's a screen. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Edwards, a pass to Reed. Now here's McDaniels. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. You take a look at the Celtics. They're in 10th place, but it's early on, so they have time to recover.
Well, right now for Boston, a real stumble out of the blocks for them. I mean, really a lot of lackluster performances. Where's the championship spirit we were expecting?
Well, with that said, They could be a sleeping giant. If they can get it together, watch out.
Now here's Pritchard. He had 19 points in the win against Orlando.
And we can't skip over his role as distributor. Huge impact, making all the right reads.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage.
Edwards, the pass to DiVincenzo. Gobert with a screen on Brown. Up top, DiVincenzo, defended by Brown. Puts up a deep three. DiVincenzo can't hit.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Now here's White. He has 7. Again, the miss by Boston. Outside Reed. DiVincenzo against Pritchard. DiVincenzo, pass to Reed. Fires it from 18. Nice touch on the bank shot. Reed's got 16 points.
Yeah, really not where you expect Reed to shoot from, but he clearly made the right choice by taking that shot.
Here's Walsh. Reed defending. Pass to White. To snap the cold streak. Oh, send it home, Derek White.
Well, White is a solid athlete. He's more than capable of getting up for these kind of throwdowns.
Now Gobert. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Phoenix.
And he really dominated, working hard to control the glass.
Outside McDaniels. Hits the trifecta. He's got 9.
Look, when McDaniels can hit the 3, that really helps their spacing.
Pritchard finds White. And here's Brown. McDaniels covering. McDaniels against Brown. Lets a floater go. Oh, okay. We see you, Jalen. Strong in traffic. Edwards against White. Edwards looking it over. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Minnesota with a close of the quarter. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome, everybody. It may be early on in the season, but not too early to take a full assessment of the Eastern Conference standings. And guys, allow me to digress. Anybody care to explain what I saw in the catering area a few minutes ago?
No, Ernie. Shaq started it. I promise you, Ernie. It was not me. I never throw the first chicken wing.
Yeah, I can't believe you just snitched Kenny.
Well, I don't care who did it. You're both cleaning it up.
But Ernie, it was Kenny.
And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a rocky start for the Boston Celtics.
Facing good shooters, you have to extend your defense early in the clock. Let those guys drain a few and get into rhythm. You're toast with the butter and the jelly.
Avocado toast.
Ooh, I like that too, Jet.
Don't put your diet on me, Kenny.
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Naz Reid. What a contribution here.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
The Timberwolves lead by 6. McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup from Minnesota. Now here's Edwards. And rejected.
On defense, how valuable is White? He's a guard who can protect the rim.
It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
Let's see if that block can amp up this team. I mean, they're looking for anything to get themselves going.
Six on the shot clock. DiVincenzo against Pritchard. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. Celtics trail by 6. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Pass to Gobert. Oh, Gobert rocking the rim.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hop, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points. DiVincenzo against Pritchard. Here's Kata. Outside, Brown. That one doesn't drop. McDaniels with some nice D. Minnesota leading by 8. Pass to Randall. Outside McDaniels. Here's Gobert. Randall, left side. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Not a great start to this second half, just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
Count it.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
The Timberwolves have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in this second half. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Randall. Back to Daniels. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. Brown's got rebound number 7 tonight.
Trying to get it going. Only 1 for 5 to start the second half.
Three-pointer Pritchard. They grab their own miss. Goes back up. That one falls. And now just a 4-point Minnesota lead.
Hey, those second chance points are found money. Tremendous effort there.
Edwards, pass to McDaniels. DiVincenzo on the wing. Back to Daniels. Three-pointer. And Gobert with the stuff.
And you gotta box out Gobert or he will make you pay on the offensive glass.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, BA. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
And this gives us a chance to see the assist leaders among the league's big men in the past 10 games. Julius Randle, 3rd.
And I love how these guys are some of the most complete front court players in the NBA. They're not just score and rebound bigs, they can also beat you with their passing as well.
Well, that's really what the new age big man has turned into. They're not just bruisers anymore.
Now here's White. 9 points in the game. They set the pick. A good look from Brown. Again, the Celtics good for 2 more. Minnesota leading by 4. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Randall deciding where to go with it. And there's the rejection. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
Good chance here for DiVincenzo. Cans it from the wing. DiVincenzo's got his second bucket on the night. Celtics trail by 6. Pass to Walsh. Back to Pritchard. Here's Walsh. Now here's White. The 3 is up. No luck on that one. White against Edwards. Outside McDaniels. Here's Gobert. 6 to shoot. For 3, DiVincenzo drills it from deep. And now it's a 9-point Timberwolves lead.
Excellent possession there. If you set up DiVincenzo, it usually leads to points.
Here's White, takes it inside, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Here's Gobert, following the bucket by Boston. Edwards can't hit.
Well, his team has the lead, but this has to be a bit of a concern for him. The shot isn't falling, and it's been a forgettable night.
Outside Pritchard. Pass to Walsh. Now White lets the 3 fly. 3-pointer goes up. 3-pointer goes down for White.
Yeah, we've seen White's confidence as a scorer grow over time, which is why he stays aggressive when he catches fire.
Now DiVincenzo. For 3, Randall sinks it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Sinks the tray. 17 points for Derek White.
You can see the confidence building now that he's found his mark from 3 in this second half. The defense is going to have to do a better job.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Derek White is an impact player, but is he a star in this league? White said, "I'm not into labels. I just know whatever the team needs, I'm ready to do it. And what does his team want from him?" He said, "Be aggressive, don't defer." And hearing that from great players, it just gives you confidence. Back to you, Brian.
An impact player. Thank you, Allie. McDaniels against Brown. McDaniels passes to Randall. Just 5 to shoot. Blocked! And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. You look at Minnesota, currently 7th in the conference, hoping to string together some more wins.
Seeing where the Timberwolves are, they had some lofty goals to start the year, but they may not have the roster to hang with the league's elite teams.
Yeah, they wanted to accomplish more this season, but things haven't quite worked out. Some bad breaks along the way.
Hauser, he's checked in for Brown. Back to Pritchard. White looking it over. Here's the pick from outside the arc. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game. It's McDaniels on the wing, defended by Hauser. Pass to Randall. That one's good. He's now 8 for 13.
Clearly, Randall is locked in. Every trip down, he's attacking the defense and finding ways to beat them.
Now here's White. 17 points in the game. Pass to Hauser. Pritchard against DiVincenzo. Here's Kata. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Kata's got 16 points now.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
Outside, DiVincenzo. It's Edwards on the wing. Outside McDaniels. Pritchard against DiVincenzo. Here's Randall. Cash. He's 9 for 14 in the game.
Letting Randall get inside with the ball was a bad mistake. His finishing ability got him to the bucket.
White with it. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. Outside Pritchard. Back to White. Hauser outside. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 8 rebounds in the game. Left side McDaniels. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
What bounce from McDaniels, just leaping into the air for that dunk.
Pritchard surviving the D. There's the triple. And that one is stuffed right through.
Just sneaking in there for the rebound. White with some hustle points. Those are big.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Minnesota will go for a different look here. Naz Reid's checked in for Gobert. Miller comes in for Randall. Clark is checked in for McDaniels. And Mike Conley is subbed in for DiVincenzo. Tillman's checked in for Boston. And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for Minnesota. Miller outside. Outside Reid. Let's go with a 3. And it's Tillman with a rebound. Celtics trail by 6. Here's Walsh. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. They set the screen. Pritchard against Conley. Shot clock at 5. To the inside. Stolen by Miller. Pass to Conley. Back to Miller. And here's Edwards. He's guarded by White. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Fires the 3. And there's Conley. That one's good. And the assist by Reid. Conley's got 6.
Just a veteran play by Conley there, giving the D no time to react off the catch.
Down low. The kick out to White. There's a minute 59 left in the third quarter. Takes the 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Well, Stan, Joe Mazzulla is a young head coach taking over on the Celtics bench in 2022.
Well, B.A., he's got a rare intensity about him. Certainly not afraid to think outside the box, and obviously the results speak for themselves.
Now here's Conley. They lead by the biggest margin of the game at 9. Puts up a deep 3. And it's Tillman with a rebound. The Celtics have gone 50% from the field in the third quarter. 8 of 16. Pass to White. Lets it go from deep. Miller pulls it in. Minnesota leading by 9. Here's Conley. Takes a 3. Nails it from 3. Conley's got 6 in the quarter.
Just a smart offensive player. Conley is aware of when he should look to rise and fire. Whew, I love it.
Fires for 3. A nice shot by Walsh.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And Minnesota has possession. Following the 3 by Boston. Blocked! 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Hauser outside. Pass to Tillman. Here's Walsh from downtown. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Reed's got 4 rebounds now. Right side, Edwards. Miller outside. Here's the 3. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And just a selfless decision from your 2-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
Yeah, that's great decision making and one that embodies a team-first mindset.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Celtics trail by 9. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. We've got Anthony Simons, Chris Boucher out there with Sam Hauser. Then it's Jaylen Brown, and it's Tillman in at the center position.
And Simon shows off that soft touch inside.
Conley against Simons. To the middle. Intercepted! Boucher outside. Shoots over Randall. And the Celtics tack on 2 more.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Now here's Conley. Clark finds Randall. Simons with a rebound. Celtics trail by 5. Boucher down low. Randall's there. Boucher passes to Brown. Hauser outside. Brown looking around. To the inside. Randall with a steal. In transition, here they come. The pull-up. And there's Conley. That one's good. And the assist by Reed. Reed's got 3 assists tonight. And so Simons will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Pass to Boucher. They set the pick. Now here's Hauser. 4-3. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 5 rebounds in the game. Right wing. And here's Dillingham from the arc.
I like how Brown stayed connected to the shooter, denying the shot.
And so the ball out of bounds. Brown touched it last. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Yeah, I love that they maintain the defensive energy even when they're behind.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Conley. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to go. Celtics trail by 7. On the wing, Hauser. Pass to Boucher. Simons outside. On the wing, Hauser. 5 on the clock. Boston again missing. The Timberwolves lead by 7. Randall, the pass to Conley. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Pass to Tillman. Drives to the hoop. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to have.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. And Boston has possession. The Timberwolves getting their last shot to go. Hauser can't get it to go. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 7 from the field here in the fourth. Not great. Reed passes to Randall. Over Boucher. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Well, it's a tough brand of basketball Randall plays. He endures a lot of contact.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Timberwolves.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
And also, I just love how they've been moving the ball side to side on the perimeter. Great passing, unlocking their offensive potential.
First one falls for him.
Well, you like the steadying presence a guy like Julius Randle gives a team. He's a reliable and experienced player others can lean on out there.
Edwards, he's checked in for Dillingham. And the Celtics also making a change. Cade is checked in. Both shots good from the strike.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Simons. And that one drops for him. Simons has gotten 4 this quarter.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
Conley passes to Clark, launches it, and it's Boucher with the rebound. Celtics trail by 7. Pass to Simons. Back to Boucher. And here's Simons. Launches a 3, sinks it again. That's his 7th made field goal in 11 tries.
You can't give Simons any room from that corner spot.
Boucher against Randall. Driving inside. Outside Conley. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Conley's got 11 points here in the second half. Brown against Edwards. Simons deciding where to go with it. Boston needs to get off a shot here. Here's Boucher for 3. Minnesota with the rebound. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Edwards, the pass to Conley. Randall inside, covered by Boucher. Outside Conley, pass to Clark. And stolen by Brown. Conley against Simons. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to be on Naz Reid. And Anthony Simons has grown his reputation. But he still flies a little under the radar, Stan.
B.A., he hasn't been in high visibility situations, like an epic playoff game that puts you on everyone's map. But opponents sure fear him and respect him.
And the free throw, no good. No doubt, Anthony Simons has shown he can be a 20-point-per-game scorer in this league.
Yeah, the shooting is great. He's a natural at finding his shot, but he'll be targeted at the other end. That's where he's got to improve.
Randall can't hit.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Brown. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Jaden McDaniels picks one up.
Jaylen Brown proven to be a tough customer. Jaylen Brown.
And he makes the first.
a talented scorer and versatile defender. The athletic Brown is a vital piece for this team.
Pritchard's checked in for Boston. And both free throws good for Brown.
And when you talk about Jaylen Brown, you have to bring up his two-way ability. He's a pure scorer who can also guard the opposing best wing. There aren't a lot of guys like Brown in the league.
McDaniels from long range. Another miss by Minnesota. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Walsh. Pass to Pritchard. To the paint. Here's Kata. And that's basket number 9 for him. He's 9 for 10. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Timberwolves. Outside McDaniels. Now Randall. From behind the arc. Shot clock at 5. Second chance effort. Kata pulls it in. Kata's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Pass to Walsh. Here's White. Down low. And there's a 3-second violation.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. Two teammates not on the same wavelength there.
A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. Minnesota in the lead. And here's Randall. Inside. And it's Randall with the jam.
Yeah, and anytime there's contact in there with Randall, he usually gets the best of it.
Boston has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the 4th. Outside White. Back to Brown. Over McDaniels. Look at Brown getting it done inside.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
DiVincenzo finds Randall. Now here's McDaniels. Picked by Gobert. The kick out to Edwards. Back to Gobert. To the paint. And it's Randall with the jam.
Emphatic finish by Randall. I love when he's forceful around the hoop.
Outside, Brown. To tie it up. And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it. Here's Randall. Outside, DiVincenzo. Randall outside. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Jacks up a 3. Oh, it's off target.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
They set a pick. Brown with it. Now guarded by McDaniels. Outside White. 17-footer on the way. Gobert pulls it down.
Just tremendous defense right there. Applying the pressure.
Edwards.
Yeah, you have to challenge Edwards inside without fouling, but that's not easy to do.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Edwards.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
And both free throws good for Edwards.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
McDaniels against Brown. Brown charging in. Shakes him. And he lays it in.
Well, we all know this about Jaylen Brown. He will work incredibly hard to get the big bucket.
McDaniels outside. Here's Randall. Outside Edwards for 3. Cleared away by White.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Jaylen Brown, it's blocked by Gobert.
Well, just outstanding positioning and timing by Gobert. He tries to block as many shots as he can.
Here's DiVincenzo.
Wow, that was a big make from DiVincenzo.
There's a minute 26 left in the final quarter. Brown against McDaniels. He hits the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And he's unable to get the second one.
Just a tough miss at the line. They're down 2 baskets now.
DiVincenzo ready off the pass. He lays it in.
Well, this is why you have DiVincenzo on the floor in these moments. He is clutch.
.103 left to play in the fourth quarter. Brown, it falls.
Look, Brown has proven himself to be a clutch performer, and he does it again.
It's Edwards on the wing. He's guarded by White, and he commits the intentional foul. White against Edwards. Here's DiVincenzo. And yes, sir, in stride on the lay-in from a sweet assist.
Well, DiVincenzo enjoys working inside. He can be appropriately aggressive in the paint.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
An uphill battle for them. Everything has to go perfectly.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Brown against McDaniels. Here's the pass to Brown. And we've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. Pritchard outside. Shot clock at 6. Oh, a gorgeous feed. He hammered it down.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, you had to do that. I mean, can't allow them to dribble out the time.
At the line for your Timberwolves, DiVincenzo, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that puts him up 5. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, that shuts the door on any hope of a comeback. Nicely done.
And Boston calls time here. They're down by 6. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
They need to answer fast.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
It's Brown on the wing. McDaniels covering. Knocks down the trifecta.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game. White fires! Money from 3!
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a win. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson.